You met Miss Ivins, my assistant, when you arrived, of course.
Yes, she was very pleasant. She made me feel very welcome.
That is the basic principle of the hotel business, to make everyone feel welcome. Would you say you have that kind of personality? That you are comfortable and happy welcoming and serving people?
There's no question about that, Mr. Miller. Pleasing people comes naturally to me. I've rarely come across a customer or a situation that I couldn't handle.
Why don't we stop here at the cafe for some coffee?
I'd love that. Thank you.
I'm sure you understand that in guest relations, the hours are quite long and the demands are great. We want people to have a life outside of work, of course, but I have to be straightforward about the time involved. It's not necessarily 9 to 6 every day, and there's a lot of weekend work. How do you feel about that?
When I worked for the travel agency, I never had a weekend off. We were open 7 days a week, and the weekend was the busiest. The employees took turns to take days off during the week. We also worked long hours. Tourists need assistance around the clock, so it is a fact of life in the travel or hospitality industry.
You seem to have a good work ethic. Can you describe a difficult customer situation that you had in your past jobs and how you dealt with it?
Well, I remember one time I was working in the clothing store, and there was a misprint in our ad saying that we were selling this very popular brand of pants for $500 NT instead of $5,000. We probably had over 100 customers waiting outside the door before we even opened. I knew we had a bad situation on our hands, so I talked the store manager into selling the pants at cost, which was about half the retail price. And I went outside with a big sign that explained the mistake and how we were going to give them a deal, and I talked personally with people who still seemed upset. That was probably the worst situation, but maybe the best example of how I can deal with a customer crisis.
What would you do if more than one guest came to you at the same time for assistance?
Well, if I couldn't find another staff member to help immediately, I would quickly determine how difficult the problems of the two guests were. Perhaps one needs directions while the other has a complaint about their room. If both were significant problems, I would bring them to the sitting area of the lobby, make sure they each had something to drink, and then assure them that I was working on their problem. And then I would do so, checking back frequently to update them.
What do you consider the most important function of guest relations?
Customer satisfaction is our most important job. Well, really, every job in the hotel is about that, making the guest happy. I would never allow a guest to go away without being completely happy with their stay, if there was anything I could do about it. I read that when customers are pleased, they're likely to spend about 10% more on the company's products or service and, of course, visit again. But if they aren't, not only will they never do business with you again, but also they'll tell everyone about their bad experience. Providing great customer service is a solid business decision with lasting results.
Very good, Miss Wong. You seem very motivated, and it's been a pleasure speaking with you. We will be making a decision within the next couple of weeks, and we will contact you to let you know about our decision.
It's been a great pleasure meeting you, Mr. Miller, and visiting the hotel. It really is beautiful. I have great confidence that if you choose me, you will be very happy with my performance. I would love to work here. Thank you again.